Okay, now let us talk about what's going on in Sri Lanka, right? No, you need to use critical thinking, you need to connect the dots, and you need to ask questions, right? And understand that these people are working to get China to be world power. They are all friends and they're all doing their part. And we're talking about Russia, we're talking about NATO, we're talking about the United States. They are all playing their part. And it is the people that will suffer. And that is why I'm trying to tell you guys not to vote. These people, they do not have your best interests, right? The end goal is to get China to be world power. China to be head of this new world order. You need to understand what is at play. No, they cannot have China coming in all guns blazing, because the people will unite and they will fight and their plan will fail. So what did they do is get the various governments to accept loans. And when they accept these loans and they cannot pay back the loans for whatever reason, because they are fighting a war, they are causing economies to be weakened by pandemics, whatever the issue they create, it is to generate a particular result, right? Now we see what is happening in Sri Lanka. Now let us get into our credible source, because we don't want you to say we're spreading conspiracy theories. No, this article is coming from the BBC News Online. Sri Lanka, why is a country in an economic crisis? A state of emergency has been declared in Sri Lanka, and the president has fled the country. His departure follows months of mass protest over soaring prices and a lack of food and fuel. The country's foreign currency reserve have virtually run dry, and it has already missed debt interest payments. Right? Now, you can go and look up the various articles out there telling you about what's going on in Sri Lanka. Understand that Sri Lanka owes China a whole lot of money. And it is China that helped Sri Lanka with their opposition in what they call a civil war. Because you see, they know the plan, and China knows that they're going to create a situation that will cause Sri Lanka's economy to collapse. And when Sri Lanka's economy collapses, right, they don't want a armed militia group to be there in Sri Lanka to put up a fight against the Chinese invasion. So they have to get rid of them. Now, I will do a separate video talking about the Sri Lankan Civil War and China's position, right? Because they had to get rid of those people. Now the way is clear and free for China to come on in and claim Sri Lanka, right? Now Sri Lanka today, Africa and the Caribbean is next. Now the Caribbean is very important because it is very close to America, and they need to have some sort of military base in America's backyard, right? So the first country that I see they will take is Barbados, because Barbados have removed the British Queen, and when you remove the British Queen, you remove the British Army. So when Barbados cannot pay their debt back to China, China have every right to roll on down to Barbados, empty the country, and bring the people over to their ghost cities, because after all, China already put millions of Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps. So it is nothing to round up Barbados Nothing to round up the people of Barbados and bring them over to their ghost cities. Right? Understand the moves on the chessboard. These people are working to get China to be world power. That is what they are working to do. Right? Pay attention and understand what is going on. No, don't be surprised when China sends its warship over to Sri Lanka and decide that they're going to take part of the country or all of the country because they need their money. And everyone would be in agreement because after all, if you cannot pay cash, we will take kind. No, you need to get your house in order and understand the moves that they are doing on the chessboard. These politicians, they do not represent your best interests, never have and never will. Do not let them trick you. Do not let them come and tell you to use your free will to vote for change. It will not happen. Right? Save your free will. Save your strength and your energy because you're going to need it. Let us pray and say glory be to the Most High.